Hey everybody, Desert Guardian here, and today I wanted to talk to you about something that my good friends over at Tactical Panda sent out for me to take a look at. So, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Tactical Panda. It's an awesome little company. They make really neat patches, decals, things like that, a bunch of different swag, and have recently branched out into the Kydex holster business. So they asked me to take a look at one and give them my impressions on it. So here it is. This is the inside the waistband Tactical Panda Kydex holster for the Glock 19. Well, it's actually for more than the Glock 19, which is kind of nice. So first impression, I mean, it's nice thick Kydex. It's formed really well. This one has a cutout for you know, a red dot sight on it. The channel for the iron sights is nice and tall, so you can run co-witness sights, the high, like suppressor height sights, you know, and it's got really nice construction to it. So this is an inside the waistband, right hand, and it does have a single belt strap on it, which snaps, and it does have some adjustability, so you can go with a bigger or smaller belt on it, which is kind of nice. You know, it's got your standard Phillips head hardware. You know, 2 attachment points down here. I've seen some with 1, and I feel like they just can move around a little bit. So this has got 2 down here. It's got a nice little blade to hold the belt in position. There's a lot of holsters out there that have you know, like a really large one like this, you know, smaller, bigger. It's just nice to have on there. It makes it sit really well, makes it a lot easier to get your pistol in and out of when it's in a concealed position. So like I said, they sent this one out. This is a non-light bearing Glock 19. They said, hey, you know, what do you carry the most? I'll send you out. You can give it a try and see what you think of it. And I said, you know, honestly, I'm carrying my Gen 4 19 is what I carry the most. I don't have a red dot on it right now. I don't have a threaded barrel on it. I don't have a light on it. This is just kind of my everyday go-to. And I'll tell you what, it has a really nice positive grab on it. Nothing that's going to get this out unless you pull it out. One of the reasons for that, which I think is a really neat feature on this, is see this little kind of a half moon dimple right there at the trigger guard? That gives a really solid grip right here on the Glock. So, you know, a lot of people will have, some holsters grab the light, some you just kind of grab the bottom of the trigger guard, but you know, the one problem that Glock has is this is perfectly flat right down here. So like a Polymer 80 pistol has a little bit of an undercut to it, so a lot of holsters will grab right onto that, but with this being flat, nothing really to grab onto, so this little dimple does the job it's supposed to. Another really cool thing about it is it's an open-ended holster. So if I do want to run a threaded barrel on it, that barrel's going to stick out the end. If I want to run a comp on it, you know, that's going to be just fine. You know, and so here's my Gen 3 17 and my Gen 3 26, all of which I can use with this. So the 26, you know, subcompact, it's going to fit in there just fine. Now you can see it's got some distance before it gets to the end of the holster, but in a pinch it works perfectly fine. 17 comes right up to the end. So this is actually a great all-around holster for the Glock line. It's going to fit everything. So, and like I said, even with a comp or a threaded barrel on the 17, it's still going to have the ability to stick out the end. A lot of holsters, I mean, I have a lot of awesome holsters. Like this one, for instance, is pinched at the end. Several of mine are that way. They're specifically designed. This is a 17 with a light, with an APL on it. So it's very specifically designed to work for one setup. It doesn't have much in the way of if I want to run a threaded barrel or a comp or anything like that. But the Tactical Panda one gives you that option right from the jump. So it's the beauty is in its simplicity. So another thing you might notice too is this little cutout here. They've already thought ahead for the Gen 5. See that? Because the Gen 5 has a slide release ambidextrous on both sides. So, you know, if you're a lefty and you got your slide release over here, righty over here, this already has the considerations made for it. You know, it's already set up for it. One thing I did notice, and this is a sort of a fault of my own because of the way I like my Gen 4. So So the Gen 3 has a really small, subdued mag release. You know, works just fine, but it's very kind of low profile. Not in a bad way. I mean, in its stock form, it works perfectly fine. But the Gen 4, I run an extended mag release on. So this is the Hive Technologies one. Man, I love it. It has such a positive grip on it. I mean, but here's the one downfall. If I don't have that covered by a holster, it's going to get pressed when it's up against my body. See what I'm talking about? So the Kydex is thick enough that it puts a little bit of a barrier right there. But this is definitely a great setup for a Gen 3, and because of my personal preference on the really big extended mag release on the Gen 4, there may be a situation where it could press it if I twist the wrong way or something like that. But you know, with the standard Gen 4, I mean, we're talking, I don't know if you can see it with the light, but where this kind of a pyramid shape is, right where that ledge is there, is about where the standard Gen 4 mag release is. So when you have a standard one in, that's not going to be a problem, but an extended one, you know, I've got another holster that actually covers it a little bit. So it's just, you know, a personal preference thing, but you know, I'm looking forward to strapping this on and carrying with it a few times and see how I like it. So another thing too is the sweat guard here, you know, that sits up against your skin, keeps the pistol off you, goes all the way up. That's a nice setup. So, you know, I mean, the back end of all three of these are the same length, so it doesn't really matter, but you see it goes all the way to the end there. So that's a nice setup too. So it also gives a nice spot for you to put your thumb on, you know, as you're pulling the holster out. But yeah, so, you know, it's got an adjustable strap on it. It's got a nice little belt blade on it. It's got that open-ended rear end, and this is quality Kydex. This is good thick stuff. You know, the accommodations for the Gen 5. I mean, this is a really well thought out holster. I'm looking forward to, like I said, strapping it on the belt and giving it a whirl, trying it out. So that's it. That's the Tactical Panda inside the waistband Kydex holster. Check them out. I'm going to put links to their website right to these right down there. So if you look down below, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them below. And hey, click that subscribe button, because I'll have as many reviews and you know, gun quick looks, things like that. We've got some projects coming up where we're going to be changing some parts and some Glocks and some ARs and things like that. So, you know, subscribe. That's what we need. We need lots of people to subscribe and just kind of enjoy what you see. But there it is, Tactical Panda Kydex inside the waistband Glock holster. Looks great so far. I'm going to put up another video here shortly. You know, I'm going to give it a week or two to actually carry with it, see how it works. So, like I said, questions, comments, concerns, leave them below. Hit that subscribe button and check those links. They'll get right over to Tactical Panda so you can take a look at these guys. So, there you go. That's it for now. Desert Guardian, out.